Hey everybody, this is VSG Barbie and this is video 3. And we're going to be talking about basically me leaving the clinic, going to the recovery house. So when I left the clinic, I felt a lot better because I had been walking. I did throw up like 2 or 3, 4 times, maybe, I don't know. Nobody else threw up, but I did throw up, which kind of scared the shit out of me because I'm like, why is everybody not throwing up? Why am I throwing up? Nobody else throwing up. I had a lot of coal in my chest already. I have tonsil problems, and so when they put that thing down my throat, it kind of like broke a lot of that coal in my chest out, and I spit up all that coal, and I was spitting up constantly a lot of coal, which is good. Not that was not bad, but it was hurting. It did hurt to throw up. I'm not gonna act like that did not hurt. I ate ice chips basically the whole night, and I didn't eat them because I was hungry. I ate them because I was thirsty as hell. So I kind of sucked on the water, and I took the ice chips and moved them around my mouth. They did not give us any type of mouth swabs. They didn't do that there. So those ice chips were golden, y'all. And you could get as many as you want. They were not stingy about those ice chips. Um, Going to the recovery house was amazing. Like I said, I took videos and pictures, and hopefully, I'll be able to upload those. Everything was clean. They were cleaning before I got there because I could tell because I could smell it. They're very nice, and they're very considerate, and they help you. When we first got there, they put us in the rooms, and I was so happy that I got the room that I wanted. How funny is that? The room that I wanted was on the side that I wanted to be on, and it had a view, and it was the biggest room. It was the biggest room, and it was close to the bathroom. There's two sides. There's one bathroom on one side with 2 rooms, and then another bathroom on the other side with 2 rooms. So I was super happy that I got that room. Me and my buddy, he was next door to me, and he was very sweet and very nice and caring. When I was crying and upset later that day, when I was in the clinic, we before we went to the recovery, we got our sleeves and bypass checked with an Xray ultrasound thing. I don't know. We got the leak test, and the leak test wasn't that bad. It's like a clinic that you go to, they drive you there, and it's a lot of other people there. I threw up at the clinic, and he, was very nice and asked me, was I okay? And I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. Um, so he looked out for me, which I was very, very, very happy that, I had someone that was, you know, happy and helped me. So I went to the back. I stepped on this little X-ray thing. I drank this pinkish, orangey, sugary water drink, and I had to take like some gulps of it. He told me to do 3 gulps. I did 1 gulp, took a picture, another gulp, and another gulp. Please, when he says do the gulp, do the gulp. Don't do the sip. Do a gulp. You know what a gulp is. Because if you don't, he's going to make you keep doing it. And he needs to see all of that go down, and he's watching for leaks, and they're taking multiple pictures. And yes, you do get these photos. You do get these photos when you leave. They'll give you the photos or whatever. So you'll get that when it's time for you to go. Go home. Yeah. So I went to the recovery, and we did a leak test before it's time to go home. I'm fast forwarding. And that leak test was a little bit of like blue dye, watery. It was nasty, but it wasn't that bad. But I could only sip a little bit of it because I was super, super tight. So I got a little bit, and I didn't have any leaks, so I was perfectly fine. Um, what else? What else? What else? What else? My bed wasn't hard. It wasn't hard to get up in sometimes. They helped us up in the bed, and I watched TV. I watched Love and Hip Hop and everything that I usually watch, my reality TV shows. And because it was English cable, and it was great cable. I walked around that recovery house all night. all day, and then I slept, and then I walked and I slept. Um, I got as many ice chips as I wanted, and then when it was time to eat, I was like, "Y'all better give me my food." And we weren't able to get our food until the leak test or whatever. But after the leak test and after we proved that we were no leaks, we got something to drink. We got a choice of Gatorade, apple juice, or whatever we wanted to drink. Gatorade, apple juice, or water. I did use the Gatorade. It was probably about half this size. It was very, very small. Well, I guess it was this size, but it was very, very, very small. It didn't have this much in it. It was a mini Gatorade. And no, they don't have G2, so don't ask. They don't sell that in Mexico. Well, Tijuana, Mexico. They don't have that in Mexico. They don't even have Crystal Light because I went to Walmart and I checked. You have to go like way deep down in Mexico to get Crystal Light, and nobody has time for that. So bring your own Crystal Light, and if you want G2, bring your own G2 because they don't have it. So anyway, then they gave us this Jello that was probably, I don't know, probably like right. Let's see, probably like right there. It was that big, and we could only eat to right. So if the Jello was from right here, we could only eat to right there. I didn't want the Jello because I knew I wasn't gonna be able to eat that. So I asked for chamomile hot tea with 2 sugars, and that's what I drunk. And I barely could get that down. And I had a cup that was this big, and I think I drank up to this much. I drank up to this much every hour, and then the next hour, and then the next hour, and then the next hour, and I didn't get up to the top until I would say the next day. And then I drank. It was cold, and I didn't want it, so then I asked for another one, and I took like 4 or 5 sips of that, and then I was done. When I went back to the house, I took my Jello with me and I ate it later on that night at the hotel. So when I got back to the hotel, I didn't eat anything. I waited, and then I went around Mexico and I got, like some Isopure, and I got some vitamins, and I took my medicine when I got back to the hotel, which I didn't have a problem swallowing my medicine. The only big pill that they're going to give you is antibiotic, and you're supposed to crush that, but I didn't have an issue getting that down, surprisingly. So I took 2 sips of the beef broth, and no, 4 sips, and then I was done. Uh, 2 half spoonfuls of the Jello, and then I was done. So I didn't really have a problem with keeping my food down. I didn't have that issue. I got nauseated a little bit, but I made sure I took some nausea medicine when I was going through that process after surgery, and I took one before I got on the plane. When I had a hard time laying in the bed and getting out of the bed because of my incisions and my drain. So I always asked for help to get out of the bed if I needed it. And then when I got to the hotel, my grandmother helped me. But then as far as the shower goes, I took my first shower when I got back to the hotel. I didn't want to take one at the recovery because I knew that once I take a shower, I'm going to get sleepy and I'm not going to want to put my clothes on. So I was like, I'll do that when I get to the house. So the hotel. I asked the hotel for one of those medical seats, and they gave me one of those. And I used that, and I was okay. My urine was dark, so don't be alarmed if your urine is dark. My urine just now got a little bit clear. I'm trying to up my liquids, so that's why you need to make sure you drink a lot of water or a lot of liquid, period. I'm on cranberry juice because I don't want a UTI. So I'm drinking a lot of cranberry juice. Walking, yes, I walked around the hotel. I had a pillow. I bought one of those because it helps you with your incisions in your stomach. And I did use that on the plane going back to Dallas, and it did help me a lot. I did have to use handicap assistance going back to Dallas. And even when I got there, it took me a long time to walk to my destination. But that's fine. If you don't like it, go around me. So do use handicap assistance because you're gonna need it. You don't need to be walking that far to your gate and then all those people are in the way. You might trip. You got luggage. Try to check your luggage if you can. But if you can't, have someone help you. Like the staff there at the airport. That's why they're getting paid. So get you handicap assistance because you like fly by that security stuff. Your priority. So do that. My first meal after the recovery house, like I said, was that beef broth, jello, and some water. I didn't like the chicken broth, and now being almost 2 weeks out, I don't like chicken broth anymore by itself, and I don't like beef broth by itself. It's disgusting. So I won't eat that anymore. I don't like it. Medication. I take a blood thinner. I take a I took a water pill when I first got here, but I don't take any more because I'm trying to keep water in my body and not take all my water out. But I do take a gas X every now and then. Um, I take a I take pain med. I take nausea if I need it. I take a blood thinner, and then I take acid pill, and then I take an antibiotic pill. So I do that morning and night, and I feel fine. I can eat. I make enough food to fit in this, and then I eat this. I eat this in the morning, and then I eat one at night, and it's usually like potatoes or something. Um, I recently had a dumping experience the other day with some tuna, and it was disgusting. Never again. Jello is okay. I eat Jello, but it tastes everything tastes funny. Everything tastes weird. I've been going through a lot of regret and a lot of, why did I do this type of stuff. But I think that as your weight goes down and as you begin to learn about your sleep, things will get easier. So you're going to go through the regret stage. I go through that sometimes because no one, when they say enjoy yourself now, you're not, they mean like because the foods that you eat now that you used to eat, they don't taste the same. I want a burger so damn bad. I'm in Texas. I've never been to In-N-Out before, and I want to go, and I can't because I can't eat that. I can barely eat Jello. I had eggs this morning, and I made them runny, and my stomach hurts. I don't like eggs anymore. At this moment, I don't like eggs. I like the taste of them, but the way they feel in my stomach going down, I don't like that feeling. So this is the second time I've tried it, and it hasn't gotten better. So I'm done with eggs for right now. Chocolate doesn't chocolate doesn't do anything bad to me. It just makes my stomach hurt. So like I said before, just try to introduce everything to your stomach little by little, and focus a lot on your liquids because that's what you don't want to get dehydrated in the hospital. And then as far as my incisions, my drain area is still draining. I just put little gauze pads there and change it out every 2 times a day. I take my medicine, and I use my heating pad. I forgot to tell you, my heating pad was my lifesaver through this whole journey. And I poop when I can. So I try to take a X lax, every day or every couple of days so I can go to the bathroom. But yeah, I just hope that you guys enjoy my journey. And now I'm at the phase of saying, well, what now? So I'm just taking everything day by day and focusing on myself. So bye.